And right now, we're going to talk a little snowboarding.
All
and we've
right.
got a former world champion to discuss this sport with, and maybe even some other sports, especially if you follow Arielle Gold on Twitter. You know that she might have an affinity for the Denver Broncos, so she'll have to weigh in on that. We're going to make her. Arielle Gold joining us here on the show. How are you today, Arielle?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Hey,
Yeah,
we're doing
all
excellent.
right.
Excellent. So you're getting ready for the Toyota U.S. Grand Prix at Copper Mountain, Colorado this week, right there in your home state. Give us an idea of what this event means.
So this event doesn't mean a whole lot just yet. It's just like first event of the season, just trying to get things moving for everyone. It's good to get everyone back together riding again after not seeing each other for a while. But as far as results, everyone's just kind of trying to get back on their feet and get back into snowboarding again.
All right, well, you came onto the scene in 2012 at the Winter Youth Olympic Games in Austria. Tell us how you got into snowboarding in the first place, though.
So I got into snowboarding because my older brother Taylor started snowboarding. He's 2 years older than me. I started when I was 7 years old, so I just wanted to give it a try because he seemed to love it, and after I started, I was hooked.
And I understand he has been a big influence, right? Because of some of the things that he told you and the way he approaches the sport, you've followed him?
Yeah, definitely. I think mainly just his passion for snowboarding has helped me become a better snowboarder. Just knowing that, it is something that we do for a career, but it's also okay to just try and have fun with it and just focus on enjoying every minute of it.
All right, so for those of us that generally keep our feet pretty firm on the ground, save for tripping on the sidewalk or something like that, which, don't worry, I don't do. Kimmer does that a little bit. Explain what it feels like for us peons to catch air off of a half pipe.
It's just a huge adrenaline rush. There's no other way really to describe it. Just feeling, I guess, the wind in your face and feeling the adrenaline of just being off the ground. And obviously you can see a lot from up there. So I recommend it to anyone who hasn't tried it before.
What else do you do when you're not there on the half pipe or on the slopes, for example, to get that type of adrenaline rush?
So I actually have a horse, and I've been riding since I was 2 years old. So whenever I'm not snowboarding, I like to go ride my horse and just spend time with him, and usually jump and barrel race and do all that sort of stuff. So that definitely gives me a good adrenaline rush when the snow's not around.
That's actually kind of like training, right? It's kind of in an inadvertent way. You're also kind of training then, right, in your off season?
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, it's my own form of training. It obviously gets my legs really strong and just gets my mind in the right place. I think that's the most important thing, just giving me something to relax that's completely different from snowboarding.
Were you into riding or boarding first?
I was into riding first. I started when I was 2 years old. My parents weren't really sure how that was going to work out, whether it was going to be something I stuck with, and I ended up sticking with it and still have a horse today.
Yeah, I got kicked in the shin by a horse once, and that was it for me, so I'm glad you stuck with it. Good for you.
What's the name of your horse?
Sparky.
Sparky. Why Sparky?
He actually came with that name,
Okay.
but it was because he was drinking out of an electric water heater and it got shocked, so every time he would drink out of it, he'd get shocked.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. All right,
What a brave horse.
Yeah, man, an electric horse at that. How about that? Can I take you back to maybe a moment that you don't want to talk about a whole lot? Maybe you've tried to forget because of what it meant at the time, but a couple years back, you're just on the cusp of competing in the Olympics in Sochi, and then you separate your shoulder. First of all, how is your shoulder? I know it's been a couple years since, but everything is clear with that?
Yeah, my shoulder's doing pretty good. I still have a little bit of scares occasionally because it's hard to get your shoulder back to 100% once something like that happens to you, but it feels good right now, and that was definitely a learning experience for me. Just taught me that in this sport you have to learn to be resilient. Things aren't always going to go your way. So I'm just hoping that I get the opportunity to go again next year and hopefully do a little better next time.
Right, and well, that's what I was going to ask is, so physically you're fine, but then what kind of a mental toll did that take, knowing that you put so much into that moment and right there on the cusp of that, something like that happens?
Yeah, it's definitely more of a mental game for me. Just going into the Olympics, it's a 4-year cycle. So for those 4 years, you're working up to that event. So it's obviously pretty disappointing when it doesn't go your way. But I think just for me, it was just a learning experience to know that next time I have to be stronger mentally and physically when I go back, and just do whatever preparation I can to ensure that that doesn't happen again.
All right, so let's talk about that next time, because after coming so close in 2014, how much focus are you putting on 2018, the Olympics there in Korea?
I've been working pretty hard. I mean, I think that one of the things that I learned at the last Olympics was to try not to focus too much on one event, or put your career too much on one event, because there are so many important events in our career. But for me, obviously, I've been working hard ever since the end of the last Olympics, so I'd definitely like to go again and have an opportunity to compete this time.
What tips have you garnered from Chloe Kim about Korea?
I haven't heard much from
No?
Chloe. I mean, I know she's been there before with her parents, because obviously that's where she's from. But it seems like she likes it there. It seems like there's a better chance of the venues being a little better maintained. So hopefully it'll be a better event this year.
By the way, are you at home or are you in a cabin somewhere? Because you look like you're in a cabin space.
I'm at home. This is my bed frame from when I was a kid.
Oh my God, it's awesome.
How far
I
is
love
Copper Mountain from? Are you in Steamboat Springs? Is that where you grew up?
Yeah, I grew up in Steamboat Springs. Right now I'm in Breckenridge, which is about a 30-minute drive from Copper.
Nice. Wow. Those are some nice spots
Yeah,
there.
I better
You're doing
believe it.
well. You're doing well, Arielle. All right, let's talk about a team that you like to rant about at times. And not really about the team, but I see that you can get on the officials from time to time if a call doesn't go your way as far as the Broncos are concerned. First of all, how confident are you in these Broncos to get into the postseason?
I'm very confident in them. I mean, they've been my team for years. I grew up watching the Broncos with my dad, so I'm always going to be a believer, and I'm hoping they can make it into the postseason. I've definitely seen glimpses of a really good football team. Obviously, they got to get the running game going, though, if they want to make it there.
All right, so they won the Super Bowl last year, obviously, as we all know. How did you watch it? Where did you watch it, and how did you celebrate?
I actually got to go to the Super Bowl last year,
Nice.
which was amazing. I wore my jersey at X Games, a Broncos jersey. It was a David Bruton jersey. And in exchange for me wearing his jersey, he got me tickets to the Super Bowl.
Oh,
Nice.
So I went with a friend of mine, and we got to go to the game, see the game, and then he actually got us wristbands to go to the after party. So I got to go fan out at the after party for a few hours, which was so much fun.
Wow, that's awesome. Any good selfies or autographs?
Yeah, I got some photos. I got some photos with DeMarcus Ware. I got a couple photos with Brock Osweiler, but there's not really much I can do with those anymore.
Yeah.
What do you think about the quarterback situation right now?
I actually like Trevor Siemian a lot. I mean, I know there are a lot of people that are ready to see Paxton Lynch, but I think the game against Jacksonville was just a testament that he needs more time to kind of grow up in the system. And I think that when it is his time, he'll be great. But for now, Simeon's playing great. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, but there's some rumors, I'm sure you've heard, Arielle, that maybe, just maybe, Tony Romo might be available and that the Broncos brass might be interested in bringing him in. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I think that could be a good option. I honestly haven't watched Tony Romo too much. My only concern is that he's so injury prone. It would be a bummer to sign him and then have him get hurt again right away.
Yeah, and that's what all of the Cowboys fans are saying as
true.
well. Don't put that guy in. He's always getting hurt.
True.
Yeah, everyone's on the same page.
All right. Hey, Arielle, thank you so much for joining us here on the Morning Run. Congratulations on everything up to this point, and hopefully soon you'll get another championship just like the Denver Broncos here in 2016. So good luck with that. And hope to see you in the Olympics.
Awesome. Sounds good. Thank you, guys.
Take care. Thanks for joining us.
All right.